Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Factorio, a rocket per patron. So we got a couple different ways we can do this. Improved charcoal creation. I don't remember regular charcoal creation. Isn't it just burning wood that gives charcoal? I think that's how you do it. But we want to do improved charcoal creation, which can give us... You can take 2 raw wood, fuel value of 8 to produce 1 charcoal with a fuel value of 8. And then it's also going to produce some sort of fluid byproduct. And we could do coal coke burning to create solid fuel and more oil or something. We're allowed to do this in multiple types of machines. We can do it in the chemical plants or in the Angel's advanced chemical plant. Let's see if one of them makes more sense than the other. We can use the... let's see, that's got a energy consumption of 400, crafting speed of 2.5. The one that we have access to right now is 300 kilowatts with 1.5 crafting versus the regular chemical plant 2, 250. Yeah, it's regular chemical plant all the way. So we're going to do the this guy, improved charcoal creation. And I only want to do this if this doesn't need the wood. So we will, for the first time in this map, use a priority splitter, which is actually apparently really easy to do on corners. I had avoided using them on corners for a very long time, but the number's quite simple. You just say if anything is... we want to read belt contents here, actually. That's backwards. So read belt contents here on hold, and if anything is greater than 3, then that is allowed to activate. So normally it would be 5 or 6, depending on certain things, but 3 works great on corners. So if this is consumed, that should have shut off. It should be fine. We're gonna grab a couple chemical plants. Just start off kind of small. I don't know exactly how much we're gonna need. I did leave the glass production up from a long time ago. Maybe we do more than just a couple. Maybe we do a few, like 3, some weird number. No, we should do more than that. Let's do 4. Okay, so you're gonna make for me the improved charcoal creation. Okay, and match the overlap there. What is that, and why don't I have room for it? Okay, take those down to there, grab that, And now we do have our... I think that's actually just straight up coal already. We've got to decide now what to do with the fluid. Let's put down a piece of pipe and sample it and see what it is. It's this creosote oil. Okay, can we find creosote? That's crude. There it is. It's an ingredient in creosote antiseptic, which is, if I remember correctly, basically the same thing as a fish. Heals you. Solid fuel can be made directly from creosote, apparently. And somehow, creosote oil is an ingredient of creosote oil. That makes sense. Wood. Apparently we can make wood from... So 1 raw wood can become 2 wood. It can also become 4 wood if we mix it with some little bit of creosote. So we can actually really upgrade the amount of wood that we get out of our hydroponics. Whatever they're called, the greenhouses. Okay, do we want to set that up? I mean, I'm going to have this creosote right here. Right now I'm running the trees down, but yeah, I don't really want to take the creosote all the way down there. Let's see if there's something else we can use it for. Coal coke burning will make solid fuel, but I kind of need the coal, don't I? Wasn't there... I think there were recipes involving hydrogen that require... Yeah, they require coal. So let's see, is it better then to make solid fuel via hydrogen gas? 1 coal plus 25 hydrogen gas, which... Do I have an abundance of hydrogen gas? I have 5,000, but that's not much. 5,000 divided by 25 is only going to give me 200 solid fuel. It's nothing. It's not a huge amount of stuff. Why are they not taking any of my stuff? Too busy trying to bring me things, apparently. Hey, there's one robot that's Mark II. Good job, little guy. Coal cracking. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna want coal. Yeah, I think that's a pretty clear indicator. We're gonna want coal. If you can crack coal, we want coal. We do not want to, I think, turn our coal into solid fuel via this method. Now, maybe with the creosote, we could do something. If I can make solid fuel... Wait, I think that's the same one. I think that requires a little bit of actual... Nope. Okay, so we can just take the creosote oil, and I could use it to make the wood process more efficient, or I could just stockpile it, or I could just turn it directly into solid fuel. I am going to tear this whole thing down, by the way. We're going to just rely on solar. If I screw up and we have a blackout, then that's what happens. We're not burning any more oil, ever. Sorry, not burning any more fuel, ever. That is where the supply of energy went to feed the furnace area up until lately. This coal storage I don't think we need to keep that for now. Let's just feed the furnaces for a moment. I will switch over to electric, I think, soon. I don't need to spend time cleaning this up myself. Let's just issue the command and walk away. I'll leave that there because that was where I needed to get the coal or whatever down. But that was for hydrogen, and we don't need the hydrogen. This had been, at one point, steel. There is no steel. That line does need to continue. We can get rid of that, though. Put that into storage for me, please, robots. Okay, so they've gotten rid of power, which is good. Power's still, the factory's still running, so that's a good sign. I don't think there's anything else to be done here. It's just basically just take the wood and make it into coal, right? That's about it. Just out of curiosity, if I were to burn the wood, though, does it like maybe automatically hide that other recipe if I don't know. We're going to store the creosote for now. I don't know yet exactly what I want to do with it. And the idea of just wasting it by turning it into solid fuel, it's not, I don't know, it's not, is it really wasting it? Because it's being used, it's being consumed to make other things, right? So if there's excess wood, we're turning this into coal. I don't like the idea of them wasting a lot of time moving around all this coal, because they don't have any cargo capacity yet. They're not very good. They're bad robots. Evil little things. Not even very much in there. Oh my god. Stupid. I need better armor with more inventory space. Like right now. Before I lose it. Do I want to waste coal powering this? Yes, because we need carbon. This does need to be coal. So, you're allowed to take some coal. Coal and only coal can go down there. Even letting that solid fuel somehow get mixed in there was a mistake, because that shut down this thing, which was actually what was powering everything, so... Don't really know for sure if these guys are capable of keeping up with all this, but it's probably better now that this one's not blocked. Okay, you're blocked on yellow. Blocked on your output. You're flashing yellow every now and then. I think now that this one's back online, that's the only reason that there was any sort of a stockpile of coke. I think this is going to deplete very quickly. This should be a wired anything greater than 200 type thing. And that should be a passive provider in case anything needs carbon. That's... oh, you know what? I probably already did that down on the bus. Whatever, it's fine. An extra reserve point's not a big deal. Okay, That obviously turned the greenhouse back on. I should create some sort of requester for spare wood. Preferably right before this split, so that anything that gets requested or like harvested via robot will still automatically go down toward like the primary area. We're not going to turn that one into a passive provider because we don't actually want to request that wood, but this will request wood. Did I make more of those? I should. Titanium. That would be nice. How much of this creosote stuff are we actually making? Equal ratio, creosote to coal. And if I did make the solid fuel... Okay, we finished that research. Coal cracking, gasification, coke, hydrogen sulfide gas, benzene, and methane. Ooh. Assuming that's in the correct order, and you're able to actually take, if I'm reading this correctly, 5 coal becomes 7 methane. Methane becomes methanol, methanol becomes propane. So coke into propane. it also provides you with 6 coke. Hold on, isn't this just like a massive gain in resources here? Because the coal has a fuel value, 5 coal has a fuel value of 46 of the first part, the coke itself. Let's just find a darn piece of coke. One coke has a fuel value of 5. So that process, yes, you're going from 5 times 8 is 40 to 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so you're not gaining fuel value. You're going from 40 down to 30, but then you're pulling out other stuff. That still really seems very, very good. I like it a lot. Synthesis gas, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide. Don't know when I would want to use that yet. We could be taking some of this, all these various fluids that I have. Methane and coke to make solid fuel? No, not going to do that. That's propane there. Carbon monoxide. Fun. There's a lot of options. Condensates, advanced cracking, coke, naphtha, methane gas. That's where we're going to start need things like this thermal water. This one we've done. We did just get advanced oil processing. I should go look at the actual coke. Well, first off, let's make this bigger first. Okay. Well, that should keep the carbon production running for a while. Let's go see. Uh-oh. Apparently I deleted an important power line somewhere. They're probably all relatively important. I just, I delete them on a whim. That must mean that we also finished the research for, yes, logistics warehouses. Let's go for now, as many passive provider warehouses as I can, and let's online all of these big warehouses. Let the robots know about all the stuff we have. Starting to actually reflect the actual true supply of the factory now. I do want to make some logistics storage big ones. So talk about that guy. Now these things are actually more space efficient now, these large ones, than the same 6x6 grid of the smaller ones. I think that I don't know, how much does a storage warehouse cost? Costs quite a bit. 15 steel. But if you made 6x6, if you made 36 of these, you're still spending 36 steel, 36 electronic circuit boards. This is actually way cheaper as far as electronic circuit boards, which is oil. And it's just way cheaper in terms of steel chests as well. So yeah, don't think that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Eventually I'm going to want to switch all of these over. I'm not going to want to make very many of these. Turning on the electric furnaces seems like a good idea. So making this push towards, you know, green. Green is good. These guys, I think, are going to have to turn into requester chests because otherwise I don't have any way of getting fuel here. Oh, that's way too much. Don't request that much. Alright. No logistic robots available. Still no steel. I was down here for a reason. It was to look at advanced chemical processing to see if there's like new recipes or something. Alright, so we've got an oil refinery too, which I think I kept a couple of. Let's see what new recipes we have and if they make sense to use instead of what we have been using. We've been doing this one, oil refining, mineral oil, fuel oil, naphtha. We now have advanced oil refining, mineral oil, fuel oil, naphtha. It's apparently more naphtha, less fuel oil, and it consumes some hydrogen gas. Ooh, and also more importantly, look at the ratio. 10 crude oil, 9 crude oil. The less raw, some serious increase in output too, because you're going from 1235 to 1227. So -1 on the yellow, +2 on the 7. That's a net gain. And then we've got oil and condensates refining, mineral oil, fuel oil, naphtha. This takes even less crude. Mix in the gas condensates, and you end up with 433. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that the green, yellow, and red are all equal in value, because we don't have to factor in the purple one, because it's the same regardless of the product, right? Well, no, actually not white. Oh, hey, we ran out of power. Cool. Turns out we need some more solar. Or we need some more accumulators, rather. Anyone remember where I put my flashlight? Batteries, please. I might want to up the reserve of batteries a bit. Just to, you know, kind of guarantee that I get some more accumulators going. Okay, so I don't know if gas condensates are worth anything anywhere else. That was like a byproduct up in the other area, but I could barrel it up really easily, I think. I know I have spare hydrogen. That's just laying around, so that's a clear upgrade. This one, it's really appealing to me because I think if I just consider the gas condensates to be a zero-cost item, like water or something, then I'm effectively only spending 4 crude for 433, which you could double to say it's actually more like 866, which is just clearly superior to 227. And it's even better ratio than that because it's 9 crude versus 4 crude. You'd have to do... That's what we should do. I need to go get some gas condensates down here. Also need some steel. I wonder, how many of these barrels have I ended up making? We have 561 empty barrels. That's 561 steel. We've got 121 residual gas barrels. They are located currently in an active provider chest over here. I mean, okay. I'm gonna have to make these smarter because we don't want to just be wasting steel barreling up that stuff if I don't need it. Like water, like I should just do all of them. Here, make this into a requester. And we'll put a restriction on here. If in the network barrel, if empty barrels is less than 100, then this inserter is allowed to work. You will request steel times 20. And I will put a little bit of steel in there to prevent the robots from having to do the first job. So there's apparently available empty barrels. That never got upgraded. How did that happen? 20 empty barrels. I mean, they're coming to pick up the water now, obviously. Where do we want the restriction to be? On the input or the output? Probably on the input, I think. Let's just not even let the whole system try to work. So if there is less than... What's this stuff called? Purified water barrel? Purified water barrel is less than 100. Then you are allowed to work. We have 183, so it's all going to shut down. They're going to come pick those up eventually. Okay, so that's one little bit of the water barreling and, you know, using steel process squared away. Hey, look, a car. Car with lots of carbon in it. I need that. I actually really am thinking about moving to these larger electric mining drills, just that it's less work for me to... They're not as efficient, but who cares? You know, it just seems like trading efficiency in game for efficiency in time is a good deal. So I'm gonna go grab some brass gear wheels, and we're gonna do that. Give me like 20 of them. Let's take the time to smartify this part a little bit. Okay, we got 20 of those. This is called... This is an unloader, so there doesn't need to be a restriction on here. Because he's just going to request his 20 and then that's it. Only if he needs it. It's only these ones. And here, I did it on the front end. We should do it consistently. Restrictions will be placed on the input side. Keep the factory from running when it doesn't need to, I hope. Okay, I picked up large area mining drills because I drove by this, which made me think that it was probably a good idea just to change over to it because it'd be simpler. So let's start making them. We're gonna go, wow, they're huge range, jeez. And then we could put like just one here to clean this field up a little bit. And yeah, that's not going to be as efficient, but that covers the entire damn field. That's quite convenient. Mining power of 5, mining speed of 1. Comparing Mark 3 to Mark 3. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a big difference. Very, very big difference. They're much slower. half the speed, less power, so they don't penetrate the toughness, or the hardness of the bobmonium as much. I did make more things. Very dark, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. I mean, we're almost getting through the night. It's not that big of a deal. You can see that the power just came back on because it's already turning into the next morning. It's just the very, very tail end of the night right now because I have so few accumulators. And then, of course, I'm putting down lights everywhere that don't really need to be there, just affecting storage and stuff. But lights are cool. We're going to keep on doing it. Right, I was smartifying things. This is an unloader, no restrictions needed. This was a loading fluids mechanic. It needed to be filtered. It was being stupid. So, connect you to the logistic network, and if this thing, which was residual gas barrels is less than, I don't know, something really small like 20. I have no idea if we actually want to barrel this crap up. But yeah, stop wasting my resources barreling all these up. In fact, I'm going to temporarily just dump this because I don't want these barrels wasted. I need a heavy pump. Active provider on the residual. I mean, I would like it to be brought back to a central location at some point, but it's fine. Let's let that run for a second. This is a propane loading station. Even though it's something I think I'm never going to have enough of, I'm still going to follow through and put restrictions on it. So, propane gas barrels. If propane gas barrels are less than, say, 1,000, then don't do more. Okay, methanol. I know I had too much ethane. Ethane, methane, butane, natural gas liquids, the acid gas, that's the gas condensates. I should still have that heavy pump. Fill gas condensates barrel, perfect. Search for condensates. It's less than 100. Request your barrels, which I have none. I just put them all here. I'm gonna put a bunch of them in here because I want to get some of this barreled up. And I think that we need to just start doing that new advanced oil processing using this stuff. I mean, just like that, I already have a fair few, little bit of this stuff. Let's see. 20, each one of these is 500, so that's 1,000, 2,000. Basically, I have like 3,000. Get third stack of this stuff. And then I don't know where I left my car. I had a car. I had a car at one point. Don't have any cars now. I'll also take the sulfur with me. It's up there. It's right there. Well, that's not the one I was driving. Was I driving a car? I don't remember. This was sulfur. Ah, it's a loud machine. Okay, I have on me now some... I don't know if I want to mess with this one. I don't remember how this whole thing was set up. I'm kind of afraid to just change the recipe. Let's see, if I were to put down the oil refinery and just do oil and gas condensates, we've got crude on the left, gas condensates on the right. That actually fits, that works. So let's just switch you over. Hey, it's that time of night again. Bum-ba-da-bum. Ready, pump. This is supposed to be condensates. Empty gas condensates barrel. That damn pipe's in the way, so I guess we'll have to reverse it. This is an unloading station, so no need for a filter. You will request whatever he needs, which is 20, and I will throw all of them into there. It's going to unload our gas condensates. And give us more naphtha per crude, because we were getting... We were getting 5 naphtha for 10 crude. Now we're getting 2.5 times 3. Now we're getting 7.5 naphtha per crude. So it's a 50% increase in naphtha. We're getting 250% of the yellow one, and we're getting... well, we're getting 250% of that purple blob, whatever the hell that stuff's for. I still don't know. We'll figure it out later. It's fine. It's fine. No need to like go with like 5 oil refineries because we just don't have enough of this stuff. Right? There's no. I don't have enough multi-phase oil, so doesn't make any difference. Unless I wanted to do some more like coal cracking. How is that whole coal thing that I made doing? We appear to be completely out of wood now. This isn't working as well as I wanted it to, because it's only consuming from one side. Which is making that thing not work. I don't like how loaders only end up using one side. But hey, loaders are still pretty awesome. So this whole thing shut down because these can't keep up. The grow tree thing I think there is a new recipe that requires fertilizer. I don't know. I've done the math on this one before. I don't think that it actually makes a lot of sense. At least it didn't the last time I did it. Total raw. Why does it say total raw 10 fertilizer? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, 10 seedlings versus 10 seedlings plus fertilizer. Depends on what the fertilizer comes from. Urea gas. Urea gas is something we have to synthesize from carbon dioxide and ammonia. Ammonia requires me to do ammonium chloride. No, we just need ammonia. Ammonia gas. Hydrogen's cheap. Nitrogen's cheap, I think. But it does take iron and copper. How do we get the nitrogen? Oh, it's easy. It's just compressed gas. Compressed air just comes from just the machine that just makes it. So you just make nitrogen, just make oxygen. Take those two, turn them into... Got the hydrogen as a byproduct from some process down south, mix in a little bit of metal, and then bam, we got ammonia. And then one last time we're looking at, we needed ammonia to make the urea. And the carbon dioxide we've done, which was this. Carbon dioxide. Which is where all we're doing, we're just literally taking coal into a liquefier. Done. Carbon dioxide. Last cursory glance. So that gives us the urea. I know how to make the ammonia gas, know how to make the carbon dioxide. Now I have urea, and fertilizer is just taking that to make it. That might be a thing worthwhile. I mean, more coal. Basically, spend a little bit of coal to make fertilizer, because everything else is just like coming out of nowhere. And the wood then becomes coal, and that becomes a circle. It'll be good. For now, let's take a break. We're already at 42 minutes because reasons. So, thanks for watching. See you again in a little bit.